ជំរាបសួរ Like repeat after me ជំរាបសួរ This is our creating language in Khmer language Okay ជំរាបសួរអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នាជំរាបសួរអ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា
Chum liep soon.
Slowly ជំរាបសួរ
Chum liep soon.
អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា
Net oh net.
It's so hard right And then that means don't mind my bahasa if I speak it wrongly Okay Selamat siang nama saya Ranny dari Kamboja
Oh yeah. Okay. Is that all? Do you have anything else to say?
Hari ini saya senang.
Okay, bisa duduk ya. We can sit. Okay, so oh nggak kelihatan ya? Oh, berarti duduk di kursi aja. Oke. We can move to the table.
Gitu karena ada yang protes nggak kelihatan.
Up here.
You sit here kan? No.
Di kursi. Di aja.
No like this.
Silakan.
Ya.
Lebih
Ya, teman-teman, sesuai dengan tema kita apa? Ya, kita akan ya, saya nyari nggak ada ternyata. Ya, kita akan ngobrol-ngobrol santai tentang apa ya? Tentang disabilitas, bagaimana teman kita berdua ini hidup bersama disabilitas di negaranya. Gitu. Jadi ini ngobrol santai. Ya, oke, Mas Anggi. Saya translator aja.
Oke, terima kasih perkenalannya Mas Faldi. Okay, so Ranny and Thena, we are here to talk about maybe some things about disabilities in your country, how people live with people with disabilities in Laos, in Cambodia, and maybe you can share a little bit of your knowledge about how government treat the people with disabilities. Maybe we can begin with the first question. How in your experience and in your country, in the daily life, the religious person from the religious organization such as church, or in your case maybe it's a temple, in a temple, how people from the religious organization and people from the government, how they treat the disabilities?
First of all, thank you for having me here. I would like to introduce myself that I am a Buddhist. Actually, the Buddhist is like the main religion in Laos. Actually, we have 5 religions in Laos. We have 5 formal religion: Muslim, what else? Baha'i, Christian, and Buddhist, and also animism. And
I'm sorry, the second one Baha'i.
yeah, Baha'i.
Well, can you tell us a little bit about Baha'i?
Actually, I do not have much knowledge about Baha'i, but according to my experience, I am a former volunteer at the Youth Solidarity Peace Building Program, which we have to learn other religion too. I experienced, we go to the Baha'i hall. It's like the church or something. And after that, we learned that Baha'i is one like one religion that they collect many teachings from other religion to teach and also discuss each other. So that is quite cool to me. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So it is the religion from Laos, traditional, some kind of traditional religion.
That is the formal religion that was accepted and approved by the government.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Actually, there are other religion, but they do not have the they are not accepted yet. I mean, by the government because like they do not propose to or something maybe.
It's not a legal religion.
No, it's not illegal.
So legal.
No, it's not. Yeah, this one is just the traditional one.
Oh, okay. Okay. We can continue with the question. How they treat.
Oh yeah.
the
For
disabled.
in Laos, I would like to share. Justly, it's from my view. Maybe it's might be different from other people's view. But the thing that I observe that I can see in my country, as the Buddhist, we do not have discrimination against the people with disability or other people. It could be other the people with diversity and the people with different background. Every people can access to the temple. You can make a merit. You can offering the good food, and also you can pray there. You are all accept and you are all welcome to our place. And for the part of the government, I would say that we also have the regulation that help the people with disability, and also we also have the laws that raise the awareness of helping the people with disability. However, because our country is quite, the people in our country, they live in the different places, I mean like different area. So that's why sometimes we also have the challenges, especially the challenges of we cannot disseminate the law or regulation to some people that in the rural area that much, so they do not know much about the laws and regulation. Or some people with disability in the rural area, they do not know that there is this law to protect them. So that's why it's hard to access to the the welfare or something. Yeah. So that's the part that I can observe after working. Actually, my work is not related directly to the people with disability, but I also have the experience working with them, and also I used to get in the workshop that talking about the facilities and also about the challenges with people with disability in my country. Yeah, just a few workshop. Yeah. So this is my view that I would like to share.
Okay, thank you. Actually, I have one more question for Thena.
Oh, yeah,
if it's
please.
Okay. About the religious organization in your temple, how far does the disability people have contribution in, let's say, like your service, apa ya bahasa ininya kalau ritual, in your ritual? Are there any contributions that can be done by the disabilities people?
Okay. Actually, in Buddhist, we believe that if you practice the goodness and the good thing more and more, you will get enlightened in one day. Actually, here, this the one thing that I learned, one thing that we were taught before, like you can be a monk, but the people with a disability will not be able to be a monk. But to be enlightened, you no need to be a monk in the temple. You can be the general people, or you can be the people with disability, with diversity. But you can practice yourself. You can practice the goodness by yourself to be enlightened in the future. But the differences between being a monk and being like a general people to get enlightened, being a monk, because it's like the rules of the monk. The monks, they have 227 rules that they have to practice. They cannot get near women. They during the Buddhist 3 months Buddhist, they cannot go to stay or sleep at other temple, except there is an exceptions. For example, the temple was burned or something. There is the flood or something. Yeah, that is the exceptional.
They cannot sleep in the
thing.
ashes. Sir.
Yeah, they can go in case that there is like the urgent things happen. Yeah, but in case that if the normal one, they cannot go to stay in somebody's house or something. They need to stay in the temple only.
Okay, thank you for the information. Give it up for Thena. Yeah, we can. Okay, so if they can ask something to Rani or you, they will get points. Okay. Sabar ya, sesi tanya jawabnya nanti ya. Googling dulu, Google Translate dulu bahasa Indonesia ke bahasa Inggris ya. Okay, now we are going to ask, we are going to hear from Rani the same answer.
Calm down, guys. Calm down. Yeah, you have to calm down. You can ask later. Okay, thank you, Thena. I think because we live in the border, and I would like to officially introduce myself. I am a Christian, and I am Rani. I am 26 right now. Yeah, but before I used to be a Buddhist follower like him, and then I have just transformed myself to be a Christian, just like this year. And I have just finished the Bible class and prepare for baptize in the next 3 months. Yeah. So right now, I would share being as a Christian and also maybe take some part as a Buddhist follower because I used to be one of them. Yeah. And for how people treat people with disability in my country, I think maybe we have some similar particular image of being discriminated by the normal people, or sometimes they making jokes, something like that. But the good point is in my country we have a lot of regulation policy from our government to protect people with disability, and they also have set up the level of how serious of their disability, like severe case, normal one, and simple one, something like that. So they set up this in order to provide something that really needed for them. So it's applied to their needs case by case, because not all people with disability have the same disability. Like some people with eyes, some people with physical, mental, something like that. So we have set up this different kind. And recently, in my country, I would say, according to the 2004 Census of National Institute of Statistics, it was in 2004 data. It's in my country we only have 14 million people, and at that time it's nearly 5% of the Cambodian population are people with disability. Yeah, yeah. But right now the population increased, but we don't know the data of people with disability yet. And right now we have 16 million people.
16 million
yeah,
people
16 million. Yeah.
with disability.
No, 16
It's
million
total.
the whole population. Yeah, and I think our government, our people have been improving lately, because there are many organizations, many institutions, and also international organizations have a lot of they have a lot of work to work for people with disability, because they consider that people with disability is the most vulnerable group. So they provide more to support them. Yeah, but however, there are some challenges, the facilities like hospital, school, the tool like equipment for teaching people with disability is still lacking. We don't have enough tool. We don't have like enough resources to teach people with disability. Like some people, they need special, they have special needs that we have to support. Like whether it's about educational tool, about like counseling or something like that, we still lack of that. Yeah.
Okay, thank you, Rani. So, you have already talked about it, about facilities. About facilities. In both your country, how far does the government give facilities? Like in Indonesia, in the side of the street, we have, what do we call it? The track guiding block for the people with disabilities. How, it's just an example, but how does?
Go first. I think that's also our limitation, even though we have some regulations and policies to support people with disabilities, but that kind of resources, because building that kind of road, we need fund, right? We need money to support it. And to be honest, our country, like we are a developing countries in Asia, but right now it's also improved like economically and also human resources. But still we have our limit. And then I have just observed like right now in the shopping mall, in the hospital, in some school, especially in the city, it's more convenient for people with disability. For example, like some petrol, when we want to buy gasoline, right? And they have like the toilet for like they also have the sign. They also have I don't know how to call it, but something that people with disability can hold to to balance them. And then we have seen that but it's only happen most of the time in the city. However, in the rural area, in the provinces, we don't. I don't think we have that much. It's still lacking. Yeah.
But I think it is a good gesture from the government in the petrol station, because in Indonesia the toilet is not comfortable for everyone. It is stinky, it is dirty. So I think it is a very, very good thing.
I think it's if I have to say one, like it depends on which company our government or which company invest to our country. Like a shopping mall, the Japanese company invest to our country, and then they think very inclusively. They think of people with disability. They think of normal people. So it depends like that. I think this is my perspective. Yeah.
Okay. How about the church that you are now attending?
How about
In the church,
the church?
is there any facilities for disabled people?
I am new to a Christian community, to be honest. Like, in my church, we don't have any people with disability to come with us yet. I haven't seen anyone join us. And for the facility, it's just normal. Like, I think everyone can go. It's not like a stair, because the church is on the ground. And then people just walk in. We don't have to climb up there, something like that.
There's no stairs.
Yeah. And most of the church in Cambodia is like in a small building. I think it can hold around 50 to 60 people. Yeah. So, and mostly it's being run on the ground. Like we don't have to climb up.
No mega church like in Indonesia.
Yes.
Yeah?
No stairs.
In Indonesia, there are many mega church.
Yeah.
Okay, we can continue to Thena.
Thank you. Thank you, Ranny, for sharing. Actually, as Ranny mentioned, in our country we also have the same problem too. We have the facilities for the people with disability, just only inside the city, in the town. For an example, the public toilet, public restroom, or in the petrol station restroom. They will use have the toilet or the restroom for the disability people with the big sign, and also for the parking lot, they also arrange that one for them too. And for the modern building nowadays, they try to include the inclusive inside the building. But however, we still have the challenges. If we go to like a bit old building, it's quite hard and not that convenient for the people with disability. For example, my faculty's building is quite old building. It was built back then 20 years ago, and there was a person with disability. He came to study in our faculty, but he had to walk by the ladder 3 floors. Yeah. So the thing that we can help at that time, just sometimes we help him, hold him sometime, or sometimes like help him to ladder up. Yeah.
There's no elevator.
No, there is no elevator because it's own building. Yeah, just for this case. And also we also have for the guiding block. We also have just only in the in like how to say civilizational area, not in the rural area. For example, in my place, in my home, there is no the road, the guiding block like that. And sometimes the road is a bit crooked. Not a bit, it's crooked. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you. How about in the temple? Is there any facilities, or is a temple already friendly for disabled people?
Actually, as my observation, many temples do not have that the convenient toilets that convenient to the people with disability. And just only, as I mentioned again, just only some temple, not that all. Yeah, it's just like the normal toilet.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Okay, untuk sesi ini we will open the floor for questions. Kak Eka mau nanya? Okay.
I need to stand up or?
No, just sit down.
Okay.
Maybe mungkin perkenalkan diri dulu.
Okay, I'm Eka Christian from Surabaya. I'd like to ask about the education access for disability. How about in your country for education access? And also for the technology access?
Okay. Maybe.
I think for disability, are they have familiar with the technology, cell phone, computer as well, and also the higher education? How about it in your country?
According to my observe and my view again, and as I can see, the people who are, as I mentioned about the regulation, every people with disability, with diversity, we can access to the education in front of the laws. And as my experience, there are some of the people with disability, they come to the faculty to learn, but they also have the other kind of alphabet, like I don't know how to call like the sign of, like, yeah, the real one. Yeah, they have that kind, and also I think that in the keyboard type, they also have that that's language too. Yeah, but as I mentioned, it depends. If you live in the city, it's good, it's convenient enough. But for the people outside the city, it's quite hard. Yeah, and also for the for the technology, I honestly I don't see it yet. Yeah.
I think it's a good question, and that everyone should also discuss and consider, because when we talk about technology, even we know more people, some people don't know how to use it properly, isn't it? Right, so don't underestimate it. For my experience, I have a few friends and they are very talented. They are very good. I think they have the same case as him. Um, he cannot see since he was born, but technology, he can do like research paper, he can write proposal, he can join competition, he can like join campaign, social campaign like violence against women and children. Like he joined like almost every activity because he want his society to be more inclusive. And that's mean like some people trying to catch an opportunity to join, but some people have no opportunity to take. Yeah, and like you can say this. If we look at the root cause, people with disability. When we talk about technology and educational access, we have to think root from the cause. Like since we were in kindergarten, primary school, secondary school, and high school. If they were not accessed since they were young, how can they get to educational access in higher education and technology? Yeah, that's the thing. And I think like for my country, some people still have the mindset of treating people with disability like they are being they should be pity. Like, oh, you shouldn't be like we make them feel like they should be pity on them. Like we should uh, like we have to understand them more. Something like we have to show our mercy. Something like that. Yeah, yeah. And then when they think like that, when, for example, if in a family have the children with people with disability, then people with disability, it's hard for you to go to school because like you have to have someone to support you, willingness. Like you have to do it all of your heart. You have to go with it. Like you're also the one who take with them. Yeah, and it's really hard. But this is one thing is about mindset, and the second thing is about the accessible services in school. So that's the thing that our government have to think and to give a consideration, because if the school have no tool or equipment to support people with disability, how can they go to school? Even though the family support them, but how can they access to it? That's the question people, everyone, and especially government should consider. Yeah.
Speaking about education, do you guys in your country have, we call it here, sekolah luar biasa ya? Special school. Are there any special school?
For what I've known so far, I don't think we have, but I think we do in private school. Like, but the only
Private.
things that I know is people with autism. Yeah, and there are also some organization works with people with disability. They have special class for them.
So it's private sector.
Yeah, yeah, that's what I've known.
You mean like the special school for the disability people? Actually, as my observation, like according to the syllabus, we do not have the exact one. But in my the information that it could be dangerous to them, so that's why they go to the forest and they try to hold it. And after it's bomb, and some people die from that. Some people get disability from this. That's the information that I would like to share.
Okay, thank you. Kak Eka? Enough atau? Oke. Iya, satu lagi ya. Dua aja ya, oke dua. Siapa dulu? Ini dulu ya, yang dekat dulu ya. Oke. Cik, satu dua.
Okay, so good afternoon. Thank you for having me. My question is, the concern of your government, both of you. For example, in Indonesia, people with disabilities can be positioned in the government and become officials. But it's not about the pettiness, but they have the capability of doing so. How about your country? Can they be officials?
I think in my country we also have public, I mean state. The state is let's say government staff, something like that. People with disability can also work as an official government. Why not? Like we have like a whole institution with many people with disability works in there, and also we also have the policies that in every institution, whether in organization, in private sector, in a public state, we have to include people. We have to hire people with disability to be employed. I'm not sure how much the percentage is, but I think it would be around 2%. Like, for example, whether your institution is small or big, we should encourage people with disability to apply for it and be employed. And I think there are a lot of government staff are people with disability, because that the only person and people can work for to support people with disability because they experience it. It doesn't mean that no more people cannot work, but the one who have it, we feel it and experience it, and we know how to do it and what we need it for, like what kind of thing we need. Yeah.
Actually, I do not have the accurate information, but I think that every people can be in the position in the state, and yes, there is some position that are suitable for them. I think like that, and also nowadays there are so many organizations that we try to make. We are, as I remember, they call like DNI, diversity and inclusion. So it means that the people with different background or different things, and we try to make the inclusive. So that's why there is like the rules or regulation that you need to average the amount of the staff in your organization or your office. That okay, this person is for the women, is for the people with disability, and this women is for men. Like they try to average equally. Yeah.
Let's say one example just happened recently. Like, I think Pastor shared yesterday about Asia SEA Games and Para Games. And Para Game is especially for people with disability, right? And it just being like it was conducted in my country, right? And congratulations to Indonesia who win the champion for SEA Games. And for Para Game, because Para Game, we also the government also like put more effort to host it, and that means they are all government staff. So we have like people with disability have their coach, and because like some sport, I think many of you not be able to do the sport like the people with disability did. Like yes, at some point it's like that. I think they have many. We have many different kind of sports that people with disability can play and do the competition. Just like you see in the Para Game this year. Yeah.
Any question?
Sepertinya tugas saya di sini sebagai translator tapi nggak guna ternyata ya. Ternyata sudah bisa semua. Oke, lanjut.
Thank you for the opportunity. My name is Deo. I want to ask about similar things. It was mentioned before about education and about the government. This time I wanna ask about because people with disabilities have special needs. Do they got the same chance in employment opportunity, especially in big companies that usually have a strict criteria in your country? Thank you. Yeah, apply for work. Do they get the same treatment, or because they are disabled, there are particular rules or something like that? Thank you.
Because before you apply for a job, there is the criteria that they need. It depends on the position and depends on the job that they want. And there are many positions that they mention. If you are the people with disability, you are prioritized. Yes. Because it depends on the job, or it depends on the organization, but not all, I would say. And yeah, nowadays, especially the people that when they recruit the new, the new staff, they try to think more about the inclusion. So that's my point. Yeah.
If it's in Cambodia, I don't think we have that much too. Yeah, that would be the gap. It's also a challenge. There are some criteria, but I've never seen, like let's say some organizations, when they require the qualifications of the staff, some organizations put that if you are people with disability, you are encouraged to apply, but some not. But most of the time, I don't think they put that, unless that organization and work related to people with disability. Yeah.
Ada pertanyaan lanjutan? Udah.
Okay. We all much talk about regulation, about the state, and now we can talking specifically. Okay. Keep quiet. Okay. We can speaking specifically about how young people in your country make a friends with a disability friends in the social situation. Okay.
Only youth or general people? Okay, I will separate in many sectors. The first one about the youth. Nowadays, I think that the youth are more open. They open-minded than the past. They warmly welcome to be friends with people with disability. And sometimes, even in my faculty, I saw that the youth, they help the people with disability she cannot see, but that person bring her to school every day, and they live in the dorm together. Yeah, that's the first point. And I also see nowadays there are many programs that are trying to disseminate the knowledge of raising the awareness of the people with disability to the youth, especially the youth camp or something. So that's why they try to raise up more the problems that happening. So that's why young people more aware of this problem than others. But for the general one, the elders, especially the people who they quit the school easily at that time. Yeah, the educational is limited. Sometimes I still see some people still make a joke of the people with disabilities. So that's why it's quite challenging, because when they get bullied, when they heard the cursing words from other people, that make they feel more low self-esteem. So that's why sometimes they don't want to be the friends with the people in the country, because they are afraid of bullying. So this is quite the problem too. So this is the reason why we need to raise the awareness of this thing. The bully problem is not only hurt the people, but it also harm or damage the solidarity in our society. Yeah, something like that.
I think we have the same, like similar cases to Lao. Some people are still making jokes and make fun, and some people imitating their like the way they walk, the way they speak, something like that. They copy. Yeah.
And you know what the worst thing? Every time when we say, okay, don't do that, don't try to imitate that person, don't make like that. That person said, because I love him, I love her, so that's why I try to make a joke and I try to make the thing that fun. And for me, I think that the people who get bullied, they don't think that we gotta have fun. They get the trauma. So yeah, it's not that nice.
I think I have a story to tell. Like this is what I learned from my teacher. My teacher, she is a like let's say a professor in university. She teach good governance subject. And when I was in college, I took social work course. So in social work course, we also learn about good governance. And then one of my teachers, she was born with disability. But you know what? She finished PhD in America. Yeah. The faculty, yeah, it's social work. Social work. So one thing that I have learned that when people making jokes, for example, this is just an example. uh, for example, this person making joke with this. Let's say he's born or with he's like with disability, and then he tried to make jokes, but another people, a group of people, you laugh. You don't do it, but you laugh at it. That's also kind of behavior that you bully them. Yeah, because like it seems like this is the sign that means you enjoy seeing people got bullied. And why is that? And another thing, my teacher, like she cannot walk properly. She like her one of her legs broken. Like she cannot really walk like us. And then at that time, I feel like, oh, I pity her. I want to help her out. I want to bring her bags. I want to bring her stand. I want to like carry. No, I mean to pull her to the class and then like to support. This is my intention. I want to support. But what she told me that sometimes you don't have to like look pity on them because they know how to do it. They have the ability to do it. Yeah, they have their ways. Like they say, you have to understand that people, every person has their own strengths, and they can do it. So sometimes I know this is a good intention that you want to have, but sometimes when you have them, it's make them feel being like weak, being a victim, like that. Yeah, that's my story.
Oke. Ada satu lagi nggak terakhir yang mau nanya? Oke, silahkan.
Ya bahasa Indonesia aja.
Nggak bisa bahasa Inggris.
My name is Nico. Aku mau tanya. Gimana pendapatnya Rani sama itu tentang di Indonesia kan ada stand up komedian yang namanya Dani Aditya. They do a joke for living. So what do you think about that?
In Indonesia there is a comedian. There's actually some comedian they are disabled people. How are conditions in your country? Are there any? Iya, so, berarti lebih ke ada nggak orang yang berprofesi orang
Dan
disabilitas?
bagaimana opininya ini ya?
Iya.
Oke.
Iya.
That's a good question that I have to observe again. Actually, honestly, I didn't watch that much about the entertainment in my country that much because we have the limitation in our country. But I don't see the comedian in my country with disability yet. Yeah, but which is a good question. Maybe when I go back, I have to look again.
And what is your opinion about that? He is encouraging his disability. He is maybe in a word he is using his disability to be a comedian. He to people. He is okay with people laughing at his jokes about himself. What is your opinion?
Well, it's such a tough question. Okay, well, I think. Okay, maybe I'm wrong. I think the term of the bully is depends on the people feeling. For example, if for example, if she bully me, but she didn't mean to bully, and I'm happy to do that, I don't think that is bully. You got what I mean? But when you try to embrace that people and they feel hurt, they feel that okay, I'm not that convenient to let you do that. It could be the harass and bully. So this is the point. I'm not sure that I'm right or wrong, but this is my view. Yeah. So before you try to make, I would say like make fun or something, you need to know that person. You need to close to that person, and do not make the joke in front of the people in order to make that person embarrassed. But in case that if you are together and you have to ask them, is it okay if I do like this? But if that person, no, it's not. I didn't mean just only the people with disability, other people too. For example, when I forget to unpan my zip. Unzip my pant. Unpan. Okay, unzip my pant, and this become ridiculous at that time, and I feel I feel embarrassed at that moment. Please don't tease me again. But you keep teasing me like But in that case, it's called like harass and bully. But in case that okay, I still laugh at it and that's fine. I can show you more. That's fine. That's fine. That's the point. You got what my point, right? Yeah.
For me, I don't think this is a proper way to do it. Whether it's a comedian, you have to realize when you do comedians, how many people watching it. So how many people will learn it. Even though it's just a lesson learned, but how would they know? Like some videos, but for my country, I also don't think I have seen some case that they make joke or comedian show with disability people.
No. In Indonesia, he is a disabled person and he is the comedian.
Yeah.
He's not making fun of other disabled person.
Yeah. Himself. Still, I don't think this is a proper way. Maybe he can fully like accept, but how? Himself. Yeah, how many others people? Yeah. I don't think this is a proper way to show that. This is just for my opinion because, like, when you say you are pretty, but many other people think different ways. and then it like people, every people have different perspective, different point of view. So we cannot make sure that
It can be disturbing.
yeah, and for those, especially those who have low self-esteem, they will like getting more, even more lost and down, something like that.
Can I add more? Because when she say there is one word pop up in my mind. Every time we will hear the like the good word. Okay, the more that the people try to bury you, you will become the seed and you will take that silver lining and to be a better person. But in case that if you make the bully for 10 people, how many people will think like that? So better not to bully. You got what I mean? Yeah, because yes, many people see the situation, the hard situation, or the criticism from outside to be the silver lining. They have to improve themselves, develop themselves. But how many people of them could think like that? Many people end up with suicide. Many people end up with isolated themselves, and they have the problem with the social skill. So that's the problem. Better not to bully. Okay.
I think like this is a pro and cons. If they do the shows, there are some pros and cons. But what we have to do is to accept the consequences. Like the negative point is when people see him, even though he's also born with disability, but many people might. This is just what I think. Like they might compare themselves with him. Like if I were a star, like if I were famous, if I were popular, but in reality they are not, and then how can they make such a thing? It's like it sounds impossible for them, something like that. And it's also like it's a pro because maybe some people get inspired because like, oh, even this person born with disability, but they can do this, they can make fun, something blah, 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 blah. Yeah. Yeah, I think it depends on the contents that he makes, what kind of content he's produced to the viewer. So we have to consider both sides.
How would we know that how many people see him as inspiration?
Yeah.
How many people? Yeah.
But there are many ways to inspire people. Like I know the famous person who was born with disability and he can swim, he can do technology. Nick. Yeah, that's an inspiration one. And look at his content; it's very good. His speech is very motivating. Like.
And it depends on the people that watch it too. Okay, thank you.
Ya, jadi jawabannya tergantung, Mas. Ngerti ya? Tergantung situasi dan kondisi.
Itu ringkasannya.
Ringkasannya. Ngerti ya? Bahasa Inggrisnya itu. Sudah, Mas?
Sudah. Jadi karena memang sudah dari panitia waktunya sudah habis, kayaknya aku pengen menutup sesi ini dengan kita belajar sedikit bahasa mereka. Can you tell us in your language the sentence we love we love everybody gitu deh. We love everybody.
In your language.
Do we have to look at the camera? Okay. พวกเราฮักทุกคนเด้อ
Learning.
So I have to. Okay. พวกเราฮักทุกคนเด้อ Okay. พวกเรา is mean we พวกเราฮัก mean love like a hug. Yeah, it mean love. ทุกคนเด้อ is mean everyone. Okay. After me. พวกเราฮักทุกคนเด้อ Thank you.
Now in come,
We love everybody.
we love everybody.
Okay. Let's try my language. ពួកយើង ស្រឡាញ់ អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា
Can we break down the last part?
Okay. ពួកយើង ស្រឡាញ់ អ្នកទាំងអស់គ្នា
Sekali lagi ya, one more time, one more time.
Okay. One more time. ពួកយើង ស្រឡាញ់ អ្នក ទាំងអស់គ្នា
Yang of near. Okay. Okay. Yeah. Thank you, Rani. Thank you, Thena. This will be it for this session. And kami kembalikan ke panitia.
Iya, ya tepuk tangan sekali lagi
Tepuk
buat
tangan untuk
Thena
Rani
dan
Oke, ini